Tara, it's always great to see you. I miss everybody else though, and I've said this 1,000 times. You guys are probably one of my all-time favorite groups because not just the fact that you make great music, not just the fact that you know how to entertain people, but the other thing is I always have great laughs and so much fun. My cheeks hurt whenever
You
all of
know,
you get together because I'm laughing so much.
there's a lot of characters in this band. It's I gotta tell you, the tour van is has a lot of laughs.
I was
It does not
thinking,
stop.
I believe it. I was actually thinking the other day when I heard I had this interview that if this was back in, say, maybe the 70s or early 80s, and you guys were around then, you guys would have had a CBC variety show, because you guys would
That and
have
a lot
been
of trouble.
perfect. Yeah, but you guys would have been perfect for something like that because, like I said, is it because of the friendship is why you guys have such this magic on stage and this amazing connection with fans?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things. Like, yeah, we are very good friends, but I actually, when people ask like what the other girls are like, I like to attribute it to everyone is very smart, and very smart people
Yes.
are oftentimes
Yes.
very funny. And so there's a lot of real quick wit in this band. And so someone's always got a zinger or a liner or something to say about something. And yeah, it's not a quiet group.
Well, you see, and that's what I mean because, like I said, you guys are so much fun. But at the same time, you guys also know too that the world is crazy these days. And you do reflect
Mhm.
that through your music, which is one of the big reasons why we're talking about this new single, which I think is probably one of the, if not the most important singles you guys have ever recorded. So let's make this part official. What is the name of the new single and what is it about, please?
So Things I Wish I Didn't Know is the name of the single. And it's just about reflecting on past relationships, and perhaps, you have some friends who have seen your old significant other out, and they may have seen them with perhaps another person, or and they tell you, and you would maybe rather not know.
But this is also a reflection too on people who, same sex and things like that. And
Yeah,
um, talk a little bit about that, please.
okay, so you very much picked up on the gender neutral theme of the song, and
Yes.
that was very purposefully done. That was hats off to Brandy on that one. That was Brandy really pushed for that. And there's two queer people in our band, and then there's two straight people. And so it meant a lot to Brandy as one of the straight people to step in as an ally, and she's one of the writers on the song, and she really pushed for everybody to be represented in
Yeah.
it. And so there's a very, yeah, so the word they is used, and she it was really, it meant a lot to the two of us who have maybe not had been supported in the past. And yeah, it was really nice. And for our fans, we've always had like super progressive videos. It's been very purposeful because we want everybody to feel included. I think Katie likes to say she wants our fans to be like a Dolly Parton concert. Everybody's there and everybody's welcome, everybody feels good. And that's our goal as a band. We want everybody.
It's crazy because when I think about it, like as we were just speaking now, I'm just like, man, what is the, I don't want to swear, problem? Love is love.
Hmm.
Who cares about who's with who or
Yeah.
what or whatever? Why is there still people, and thank God we're not in Florida or something like that? Why are there
Oh, I know.
still people having problems with this nonsense?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I obviously think about it a lot, and especially right now, there's a real resurgence of pushback on the community.
Yes.
And I think it's just it seems like we just certain groups of people need something to be afraid of. And right now, it's, well, for a moment there, it seemed to be drag queens. it's so strange that you wouldn't want, that you're not okay with a drag queen reading your children a book. But they went really hard at them. It's so confusing, and so the hate behind it, and just the lack of understanding and the lack of willingness to understand is a bit confusing. Like, I grew up in a small town too. Like, there's not a lot of diversity there, so the other seem I can see how it gets a little bit I don't want to say scary, because it shouldn't be scary, but you just don't know. But that doesn't mean you need to hate it. And then now we're on to, or that group, it seems to be really going hard on the trans community. And it's just, I don't understand. I don't understand uh why people care. And I think it's just like, it's just, all it takes is meeting some people from a community that you're unfamiliar with, and then you're like, oh yeah, you're just a human being. Cool, party on, man. Let's fucking be pals. It's not like big deal. Yeah. Excuse
And
my
and
language.
and there are times when you have no idea and you've been friends, and then maybe something just sort of comes out and you're just like, so what the bleep is the difference? Who cares? I'm putting it out there right now. Who cares? As a person who is a person of color who has lived in,
Yeah,
being,
man.
from time to time being the only one and having to deal with it,
Yeah,
who cares?
I know. And like, if you care, like, do some research, like, talk to someone, and then you'll be like, oh, human, cool. Let's carry on. Like, it's so strange. It's so strange. But the machine works really hard. The hate machine. It's
Yeah, it does.
yeah, it is well thought out. And yeah, it's unfortunate, and it's, yeah, yeah, it's very
Absolutely.
strange.
I'm curious though, with this new song, what is your favorite lyric in the song and why?
Honestly, it's the hook. It's the actual title of the song. I think it's something that is so relatable to everyone, and so I love that. And I don't
Who
know
came
that
up with
that's
it?
like such a bland. You know what? I didn't write on this song.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I don't know who came up with it. I think Brandy and Katie had said that they went into the session with a real strong idea of what they wanted to write, and they had really been dwelling on it for a while. And then their co-writers that came and did this one, they were like, know exactly what to do with that. So I have a feeling it was either Brandy or Katie. Yeah, I'm gonna give
I
them
love it.
credit regardless. Nah.
Oh, give all of you credit because, like I said, y'all are amazing too. Now, with the great single, EP or an album going to follow? Because look, when you got, UCCMA award winners and,
Yeah.
nominees and so many things, you got to keep backing this stuff up.
Yeah, it's got we've got a bunch locked and loaded. So you will hear a lot of new music coming up this year. And yes, followed by EP. Yeah. Yeah. There's
Fantastic.
a lot. We've been working hard. It's just we've been quietly working very hard.
I love it. What about touring? Anything to look forward to in 2024?
Yeah, we got summer starting to pack out. It's we're hitting a bunch of the main festivals again. Things are just starting to roll right now for getting them on the books. And yeah, we will be busy this summer, as we usually are. We're a band that grinds pretty hard. I mean, I just came off a gig with the girls last night, and yeah, so we don't stop.
I remember when you guys were carrying your own equipment and stuff, and like just the struggle and just trying to, you're setting up your own stuff to perform on stage. Now you're talking about, oh, we're going to Europe, we're going to Nashville. How does it feel having that contrast? And in between all of this, which is the continuous words, still working hard.
Well, to be clear, we did just go to Europe, but we definitely carried our own gear to Europe. No, it does. It feels it feels really cool to be like in Europe and representing Canada. And it was a very like celebrate Canada night at that festival, because we obviously played the Canada night. The next night was the USA night, and so it was a look into how the world views us. I'll say that. there was people dressed up. There was a Mountie. There was a couple lumberjack fellows with fake beards on, but it was the whole. I know. But you know what? I was like, hey, we do have excellent senses of humor, and if that's what the world thinks of us, we're into it. And there was plaid everywhere, and it was very funny because earlier, Katie and I had been popping around Barcelona, and there was a woman who will take a photo of you with like a very, very, very old vintage camera. I believe it's from the 1920s, but I could be wrong.
Nice.
But yeah, so Katie was chatting with her, and then she said, "Hey, where are you from?" And Katie said, "Canadian." And the lady said, "No, of course. I shouldn't have even had to ask. You have plaid on." And we were like, "Oh my God, is that just for us?" Like, is that just for us and grunge kids from Seattle, or what is it? Like, all right.
You know what? I can't wait until you guys decide to write a book with all your adventures, because it's going to be hilarious.
It's yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, because we're getting into the holiday spirit, curious, do you guys have any holiday songs that we should be looking forward to that maybe you guys recorded in the past or even thinking about doing?
We do. We have one called Ugly Christmas Sweater, and we actually
Yes.
yeah. So so hopefully we'll be re-releasing that this year for the holidays. We're just chatting about that now. It is written by just the four of us, and it's very tongue in cheek. And it was just like hey guys, let's just write a really fun song and see like how funny we can be in it. And honestly, if you ask me, it's pretty funny. There's
Let's see.
some good lines in there.
I was going to say, what was the ugliest Christmas sweater you ever saw?
I mean, I've seen a few.
And I mean legit, not like what we got now where people are purposely trying to, and you got Walmart putting out ugly sweaters. I mean, a legit, somebody thought this is amazing, and you're going,
whatever it was. Whatever it was definitely from the 80s, and it was probably a family all posed together in the exact same sweater. And there was probably a kid there that was way too cool to be wearing the sweater, but his mom made him.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. What about what would you say was your favorite like holiday gift or moment growing up?
Oh, mine, I can say for sure. I know exactly what it is. I begged and I begged and I begged and I begged when I was a kid, and Santa Claus finally came through with a guitar, and it has been my greatest Christmas present. Yeah, and I got that when I was 12, and it obviously changed my life. I have a real problem now, and that's just a handful of them, but so I blame Santa Claus.
Oh my, see what I said earlier? Whenever I talk to you guys, my cheeks hurt after the interviews because my cheeks are already there. Oh my goodness. Look, I'm going to let you go, but I got to say, it is always so much fun talking to you and the rest of the band. Thank you so much for you guys recording this song and writing it the way you did for everybody. And I think other musicians should start thinking that way too. I think this is a good path to go down. So
thanks,
what a way to
that means a lot.
this is a way to open up doors. So I love that.
Yeah.
And looking forward to everything that you guys are doing in 2024. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy New Year, all the best. See, I got to now, Steve, keep saying this for the next 6 weeks or whatever.
Like, no kidding.
Yeah, and then you still say Happy New Year. I think it's like 2 weeks after, and then you're just like, okay, I'm done. I got to deal with Valentine's Day.
January 15th, you're out.
Yeah, you're out. But all the best to you all. And I'll say it 1,000 times. Thank you so much for letting me be part of this journey, because I love talking to you.
We love you so much. So thank you again for all the support. And I will definitely tell the other girls you say hello.